genius, and I always call him dance guru. So with that, I give you Nergal.
Thank you, Julie. Once again, I'd like to welcome all of you for this evening's presentation that we're covering the continuation of our subject matter that we were discussing last time, which was selections and masks in Photoshop. So an image like this horse, and let me just go ahead and trash all these layers so we have something that we can start together and work on it. Okay, notice here we have this image of the horse, and one of the things that we might need to do as part of adjusting this image is to select the horse entirely away from its background. And notice this gives us a particularly troublesome issue, and that is the mane of the horse, notice, and then the tail area. Also, this area could be problematic, selecting that area from the sky. There's portions of the legs that are actually obscured by vegetation. So there are a number of techniques that we can utilize to select this entire horse, and I was touching upon one of the tools as being this pen tool. And I was pointing out that the pen tool can be a very useful tool precisely because there's sections of an entire object that we can select. Like this area right here has a very smooth and continuous flow all the way up to this area where it starts running into the mane. So those areas we can come in and actually use a selection tool like the pen tool. And notice right now I've got the pen tool, I've put down the first point, and I'll go ahead and actually take the second point. And without taking the cursor away, I will then curve and adjust that so that it's actually laying at the boundary area right here, where the horse and the sky meet. Okay? And then pressing Alt or Option and clicking on the point will actually get rid of that forward pointing handle. And we were saying that's a very important thing to do. We want to get rid of that forward pointing handle, otherwise the curve becomes very difficult to control. Okay? Now it's also important to note that the object of actually using the pen tool to make a selection is such that we don't want to put too many points down one after another. The idea is to go around and make the entire selection with the least number of points. This area of the horse's back right here. That right there, if we leave it alone, it might translate to some transparent pixels there. Well, the horse's back end is not that kind of transparent. So what we need to do is, I need to come in overlay mode with a kind of a smaller brush and take these pixels, force them toward white, come in with some of these, but these pixels here need to go toward the darker values. So my foreground color needs to be switched from white to black, and pressing X will switch notice, switches your colors. Press X, black and foreground color. Now notice if I come up here, if I paint, those values become darker. Even though on the white pixels, I can't paint them into black. There's a threshold there beyond which it will not convert something.